Hey y'all, what's the end of my glasses? Oh, I want to get some thoughts on this. Back when they were in World War II, was it? I believe that the Germans blitzkrieged London. Was it a civil war or was it a genocide, so to speak? Because when you look at it, the Anglos and the Saxons came from Jutland, that very northern tip of Germany. You know, where you go into Sweden, where you go into Denmark and the Scandinavian countries. They all had a common language, or near a common language. So, 1,000 plus some odd years later, during the Blitzkrieg, the Germans are trying to take over London, things like that, bombing, homes and businesses and all kind of other things. And wasn't that kind of like a genocide in a way? Because of the commonalities we had in common with the Germans, our language. Our language derived from a Germanic language, English. And of course, when I say our language, English, I'm talking about America too. But as far as English, the English accents and stuff from the British part of England, because even with Britain, that place that came from, they were Gaelic, Celtic. The Gaelic meaning Gaul. They came from Gaul, right there around Spain and even in France a little bit. Normandy and all that. The Gaelic languages came from somewhere. They went up to be what was in part of Ireland and also in Wales and things like that. And that's what they were called. They were called British. And of course, before many hundreds of years, thousands of years, before they even came to the East Anglia, to what was the east part of England, the Romans were there. They were occupying under Julius and some other Romans generals. They were occupying lands, what is called in the lands of the Britons. So that was that Gaelic, Celtic type of thing going on there. And much later, though, like I said, you had the Anglo-Saxons. You also had the Jutes, you had the Picts and things like that. Came and settled what is now Great Britain, or the United Kingdom, for the most part. So it seems to me, I don't know if maybe you can help me clarify this, but it was basically brother against brother, even though there was several thousand years displaced from the time those men and women, those children came from Anglia and the Angles to what is East Anglia, part of Britain there, or United Kingdom. Seems to me that was there was like a connection there, a brotherhood, even though it was far removed from their cousins. And I don't know, just thinking about that. And the Germans' view of, more like Hitler's view of having the Jews punished and things like that, and burned and things like that, wasn't so much the view of the United Kingdom, I don't think, but it was their view. So where do we go from many thousands of years removed from making the Jew our enemy to loving the Jew and protecting them, and coming up with a Balmoral. Oh no, that wasn't that. That's the not Balmoral, but the act which had the Jews return to their own homeland. It's not Balmoral, it's the, oh gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. But England was involved in making sure that the Jews would have their own homeland. You know, then they sliced it up and everything, and then Palestine was part of that, and it became the West Bank, and Jordan became independent nation, and also Israel became independent as well. So when do we go from there to that? You know what I mean? What point did we come from hating Jews? I mean, or to where we're at now. Why did the Germans, in other words, hate the Jews? What was the point? I don't know. And if we're so much like the Germans, we have that Germanic descent. How is it that some of our kinfolk were against Jews and others weren't? I don't get that. And anyway, just a thought.